Hi, I'm Scott. I'm owner of Chuckwalla's Competition Shooting School. I'm here to give you a brief product overview, unboxing, and instruction on how to use our powder shaker. I'm going to put timestamps down in the description below. If you guys want to jump around any particular part of the video, feel free to. But I'm going to start off with why we created this in the first place. I've been reloading and shooting for years, both for long range hunting and shooting, and then also for competition. I started shooting cowboy action shooting when I was in high school. And most recently, I've been getting into USPSA shooting. And in any of those disciplines, I want to have the most accurate and consistent rounds possible. Part of that is going to be your powder measurement and your velocity. I started looking around at how large-scale manufacturing was accomplishing this, both in reloading space, firearm space, and then also just in general. And what I found is most places are using some kind of vibration device on the outside of their powder measures or their powder hoppers. The reason for this is as powder is coming down the powder measure, it's going into that funnel, these powders have a tendency to bridge and stack up on each other, closing off the diameter of that funnel, which is going to restrict the flow of powder into the measurement space itself. The other reason they're adding these is when the powder is getting measured and then it drops into, in our instance, the case, powders can have a tendency to stick to the sides of either that drop tube or the inside of the powder measure, which means what you measured didn't all make it into the case. By adding a vibration, we're greatly reducing this, and in some cases probably just eliminating it entirely. This leads to more consistent powder measurements and more consistent velocities. I think this is real important, especially in something like USPSA shooting. We have power factors we're trying to hit. And you can load up super hot loads, so you never have to worry about falling below that minimum power factor. But if you want to reduce recoil, you want to try to reduce your rounds as close as possible to that minimum power factor. Also, by having consistent rounds, you can get more predictable recoil of your handgun and everything like that. So that's what led me to create this product. We'll go into what the product is now that we know why we made it in the first place. We sell 3 different models. We sell a 2 to 2.25 inch model, a 2.5 inch model, and a 2.75 to 3 inch model. This is so we can cover, I believe, all the reloading presses out there. We're gonna have a list of them on our website and which sizes fit which. And I'll put a link to our website down in the description below. If you just have a press at home, you can always measure the outside diameter of your powder measure, maybe in case we don't have one on our website, but you can always measure the outside, and that'll tell you which size you want to get. All 3 models share basically the same features. The main difference is going to be the size that they fit on. So this is what the unit looks like. This is our 2 to 2.25 inch version. All of them are going to come with an on-off switch on the front. They also come with this speed control right here. And they all come with a 4.5 foot power cable that plugs into the wall. The smallest size we have and the largest size we have, which is our 2 to 2.5 and then our 2.75 to 3, both of those models utilize a spacer ring that we have designed right here. Pull that out, I'll show you. There is a recessed area right here where the lug on this, I'll try to get this on camera, there is a lug there that interfaces with that one there, and we've got one on the other side as well. So these will only go in one way. They go from the top down. There is a gap here that lines up with the gap here in the clamp, but you slide that right down and they'll slide right into those recessed areas. That keeps this from spinning, keeps it on there straight when you go to install it or keep it from coming loose when you're reloading. 3 inch model works exactly the same as that. This is the 3 inch model here. You can see once again that spacer we have in there, it comes out. So that's an overview of the product. Let's go ahead and we'll get one of these open, show you what you get when you order. This is what the box looks like when you get it. This is one I've already opened for this video, but you go ahead and you open that up. Inside, you're going to find a baggie in here. This one contains a small screwdriver, which you're going to use for your speed control. It also comes with a screw and the nut to lock it onto your machine. And then there is a warning label in here reminding you not to over tighten this on your machine. We'll touch on that when we go to how to install this on your machine. You'll also have instructions in here. And then you'll have the unit itself. This one here is our 2.5-inch model. This fits the Dylan machine amongst a lot of other machines out there. But this one does not have the recessed area, and there's no shim in this one. I will show you on here also, while I have this out before we get into installation, there is on all of these, there is a recessed hex shape. I'm trying to get this on camera. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but there's a recessed hex shaped area here. That's to hold the nut while you go ahead and install it. Makes it a lot easier. Let's go ahead and we'll get this one installed on here. Open up our bag and get our tools out here, screwed and stuff. This is the tool head from the Dylan 750 that's sitting behind me. I do recommend actually installing these while they're on your reloading press. That way you can make sure you're getting it orientated in the right direction so you can reach all the controls. It works a lot better off video if I have it over here. Okay, so what we do, we take the cap off our powder measure, and then we're going to go ahead and just slide this straight down from the top. I like to put them all the way down at the bottom. Then we're going to take our hex shaped nut, put that right on the back. Phillips head screwdriver goes in the front. You got to have your own Phillips head screwdriver for this, but go ahead and screw that. You can use your finger just to hold that nut in place until you get that screw started in there. And like I said, you don't want to over tighten this. You want to get this snug on here, but if you put all your might into this screw, you have the possibility of potentially breaking the powder hopper here, or you have the potential of breaking the powder shaker down here. So you do want to get them snug on there so it's not going anywhere, but if you put all your might in there, there's a chance you could damage one of those too. Another thing to note, if you have a machine where the tool head moves up and down, when you run your cord, you want to make sure you have enough loose cord in there so the tool head can move up and down freely. You don't want it super tight if that's the case, because you're going to be starting to pull on your powder measure, your tool head, and everything like that. So make sure you got enough loose cord if that's the case. We'll go ahead and plug this one in. I've got an extension cord right here just to make it easy for video, but you plug that in there. We'll go ahead and we'll turn the unit on. That's what it sounds like. That's kind of a medium shake. Real nice thing about ours is you can tune it yourself. So if you want to have a real quiet kind of soft vibration, you can turn this thing way down and just have it gently vibrate. If you want a significant shake and significant vibration, you can do that as well. To lower the vibration, you're going to turn it top to the left. If you're going to want faster, stronger vibration, you're going to turn this top screw to the right. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to try to. We're going to do this left-handed for the video, but we'll go ahead and we'll turn this up. But you can get this thing really vibrating quite a bit, or you can have it quite soft. Up to you. It actually has a little bit more than that to give. It takes a couple turns in or out to get to either the min or max speed. We do recommend a little bit stronger shake if you're going to be doing reloading something that's a real flake powder. They have a tendency to bridge a little bit more than your rod or your ball powders. So maybe crank those up just a little bit on those. If you're using the other ones, you're either going to fit your clamp on there with or without the shim, depending on the diameter of your powder measure. Another thing that I started doing actually is I started running on my single stage. This is a RCBS. It fits the 2 to 2.25 inch model. I'll turn this, it's real convenient, so I'll turn this on, I'll load up and charge maybe 10, 12 cases with powder, then I'll turn it off, fire up my electric scale, and then I hand trickle each one of my cases. And what I was finding is when I was using the powder shaker, I was getting more consistent drops out of my powder measure, which meant I didn't have to trickle as far. So that was a pretty nice benefit I found there. Like I said before, we're going to put links to our website and links where you can buy these products online. If you've already bought one, I want to thank you. You're helping support me and my wife and our small business here in Phoenix, Arizona. If you have any questions, reach out to us as well. My email is on that website, or you can find us on a bunch of other websites. Thanks for watching also, and happy shooting.